Visible with cannot be. Any discussion? You don't want to? Sam? Now I know you're going first. Now I'm looking at Miss Ramey.
I just want it to be known that I think the buses should stay the way they are.
Okay.
I think if the kids are not able to get to the buses that they are in the schools that they are now, that it'll be harder on the kids because they'll be at, more kids will be at Riverview and there'll be less education because the kids need more on the teachers to have to teach more children and everything else.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else?
Angie, I'd like to add on to what she's saying. I just want to clarify, the buses, if I understand correctly, say a Whitewood bus, if a student goes to Twin Valley, that child is to meet at the meeting, correct, as it stands right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Right, Mr. Ward?
Yes.
if the bus passes a child along the way to the meeting point, can that bus from that district stop and pick up that student?
Under the proposed plan,
Okay, so what about the vacancy of the meeting point? Like, for example, if you have 12 vehicles, because the first proposal was at the Mount of Health, at the church, correct?
no.
Okay, well, that's the paper I read, that's what it stated.
The gravel lot just down from,
That was the revised paper that I have.
from the original proposal was the gravel lot.
Okay, if you have 12 vehicles, how do you plan to staff that bus and 12 parental vehicles loading and unloading children? Like kids that are at the mouth of Hell Creek, their stop is now obsolete, correct? They can't be picked up by bus from Twin Valley because,
Like when your children get picked up.
correct,
Your stop wouldn't be affected because that was already, it's a stop right there as the bus is going across it.
well, see, that's what I was saying, if they're already passing that stop, would they be able to stop?
That stop will not be affected because it's part of that pickup already.
Okay, thank you.
Well, we have the buses on the agenda. So can we hold any comment on the buses to the agenda item? Unless you want to deal with the agenda item now.
I was just letting them because it's public
Okay.
comment.
Okay. Okay.
Well, you came in during the public comment section. Do you have anything that you want to add or address the board?
On the bus stop,
Anything that you want to address the board? This is the public delegation, so.
yeah, I mean, we're just trying to figure out how we can get our son on the bus to Hurley. Because he plays middle school football and Grundy don't offer it.
Can you give me your name for the record?
Tony Baker.
Baker?
Grundy doesn't offer middle school football?
Hurley offers middle school football.
Grundy does not offer it. Grundy does not have a middle school football team.
No, they're not doing the,
His son
older
plays
grades.
varsity at Grundy, right?
My son plays varsity at Grundy High School, and he plays middle school for Hurley. And they played sports over here in Buchanan County he started wrestling at 4 and started football at 4, and we've had him up here, you know, ever since that kid.
So do you have any specific questions, or do you live in Grundy and going to Hurley? Do you live at Hurley and coming to Grundy? You live at Hurley,
No,
right?
I live in McDowell County.
Oh, okay.
We live here, yeah. And last year they caught the bus at Davis Ridge. And then him and Aiden got on the bus at J.M. Bevins, and then switched. And now they ain't gonna have no way to get to her.
Okay.
Welcome to the Southern Gap High School groundbreaking ceremony. As most of you know, my name is Sherry Fletcher, and today I am greatly honored to serve as your MC. I would like to thank all of you for attending today. And the first thing today, I will provide a little background information for those of you that may not be familiar with our journey. In response to the April 1977 flood in the Leviathan Fort Basin and the millions of dollars in damage and losses from this flood, the Energy and Water Development Appropriations Act of 1981 and the subsequent legislation provided authorization for the development of flood protection measures for the Leviathan and Tug Forks of the Big Sandy River Basin. Section 202 of that legislation directed the Secretary of the Army, acting through the Chief of Engineers, to design and construct flood risk management measures in those affected areas by a 1977 flood. Non-structural flood control measures implemented would prevent further losses from occurring, either from a flood equal in magnitude to the April 1977 flood, or the 1% annual flood, also known as the 100-year flood, whichever is greater. In 2019, the Buchanan County Non-Structural Flood Damage Reduction Project received supplemental appropriations to complete flood risk management measures pursuant to the Disaster Relief Act of 2019. This supplemental appropriation authorized the government to complete implementation of the project at full federal expense. The Corps and the sponsor amended the project cooperation agreement on October the 27th, 2020 to reflect the implementation of the project at all federal expense. The flood risk mitigation measures pursuant to the study authorization, Energy and Water Development Appropriation of 1981, A detailed evaluation confirmed the feasibility of a ring wall to protect the tech center, but revealed substantial technical issues regarding feasibility of a ring wall to protect Hurley High School. The recommendations for Hurley High School has thereby been modified from ring wall to floodplain acquisition. In January 2021, the Buchanan County Board of Education voluntarily proposed an alternative plan to consolidate the Tech Center and Hurley High School into a shared replacement facility on a new relocation site at Southern Gap. This site would be also utilized to consolidate up to 2 other county high schools. CORE's review of the site determined it meets and or exceeds the criteria to meet the 202 program. Given cost savings for the high school and reduction of operational risk and uncertainties associated with the Tech Center ring wall, it was determined relocation of the function of Tech Center and Hurley High School to the Southern Gap site is in the best interest of the federal government and meets 202 program intent. I would like to start by recognizing our distinguished guests and speakers. We have Colonel Jason Putman, Commander of the Huntington District of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Mrs. Catherine Carver, Chief Real Estate Division of Great Lakes and Ohio River Division, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Shane Clem, Representative from Senior Mark Warner's office. Laura Bevins, Representative from Senior Kane's office. Cody Munpower, Deputy District Director from Congressman Morgan Griffith. Tyler Lester, Representative from State Senator Todd Pillen's office. And Tom Lester, Representative from the Virginia House of Delegates, Will Moorfield. Our speakers for today will be Colonel Jason Putman, Shane Clem, Tyler Lester, Curtis Ellswick, Craig Stiltner, and Angie McClanahan. I would also like to take this opportunity to recognize members of Buchanan County constitutional offices, and we have Alan Boyd here, our sheriff, Nikki Stiltner, Deb Schiller. Members of our Buchanan County Board of Supervisors, Craig Stiltner, Roger Wright, and David Clark. Members of the County IDA Board, Alicia Oakwin, Matt Hill, I'm not for sure who all is here, Tim Oakwin, and members of the Buchanan County School Board. I also want to thank some special people today. Our coaches and teachers from each high school for bringing the vans and helping with the parking. We had students from each high school that was ushers today. Thank you. And our Buchanan County band. Our principals and central office staff, which has helped so diligently, and I couldn't have made it these past 2 days without my staff. They worked hard, as well as all of the parents, students, and community members that are here today. So at this time, I would like for you to please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and please remain standing for the national anthem and the invocation. We will now be led in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance by our Eagle Scouts, Blake Broyles and Brody Cummings. Tom.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We will now be led in the singing of the national anthem by the Buchanan County Band. Now we have Pastor Mike Rice from Vansett Church of Christ. will offer the invocation.
Dear God, we are glad that you are here. We are glad that you were present at each and every meeting in the past. And we pray and we are grateful that we know that you will be with us in the future. You're God, and you know the past, you're here now, and you're going to lead us into the future. We pray a special blessing upon this school, faculty, the staff, the leaders in our community. But most of all, we pray that out of this school will come students who will be great leaders and wherever you plant them. It's our prayer that every student that graduates from this school and all schools, that they will bloom wherever you plant them. But we pray, God, that you will continue to lead, guide, and direct. And we pray this prayer in the name of your Son, who is the same yesterday, today, and forever, Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Our first speaker today is Angie McClanahan, Buchanan County Public Schools School Board Chairperson.
Good evening and welcome everyone. It's an honor and a privilege to stand here today on behalf of my fellow board members in the Buchanan County Public Schools. This has been a long journey, and while I recognize that we still have a journey ahead of us, today's milestone, groundbreaking for construction of the Southern Gap High School, is exciting, and it puts us one step closer to the opening the doors of the vast and invaluable opportunities that we can offer to our youth. We are only here due to the hard work and long hours that consisted of many meetings, collaboration, and negotiations between many. It is that work that often goes unrecognized, but today, with many of those individuals here, agencies and departments being present and represented, I want to say thank you. Thank you to each of you for making this school a reality with your diligence and your perseverance. As we all know, this beautiful new facility will open so many doors for academics, sports, vocational trades, arts, and musical opportunities for our children. The ability to host events beyond our district will be an asset to our community as a whole. How proud we will be to be able to hold these events here and show off our beautiful mountains and the southern hospitality of our Buchanan County folks. The Buchanan County Schools mission statement is our children, our future, our responsibility. I truly cannot think of a better representation of that statement than the collaborative efforts for Southern Gap High School. May we never take for granted this blessed opportunity that we have been given that's going to outlive us all for generations to come. Go Eagles.
Our second speaker for today will be Shane Clem from Senator Mark Warner's office.
Thank you, Sherry, and I'll second that. Go Eagles. I look forward to pulling for Southern Gap, except as my friend Tommy Krieger would say, when they play the big R. That's all I have. I'm actually here. Senator Warner asked me to recognize one particular person. It took many people to get to this day. This individual is so responsive to our office. Our multiple inquiries always got back to us in a timely manner. And that individual is retired Colonel Robert Peterson. So I want to read this letter from Senator Warner on your behalf. As the committee gathers today for Buchanan County Public Schools groundbreaking for the Consolidated High School, I'm pleased to extend my appreciation for your diligent work to bring this project to fruition. Civil servants like you are the backbone of our nation, dedicating themselves daily to ensure the American people can rely on their federal government. We are all indebted to you for your efforts as the project manager for the United States Army Corps of Engineers on the Consolidated High School project. If you come up, I want to present something to you. I'm pleased to present you with an American flag that was flown over the United States Capitol. I hope you will display this flag in its official capacity as a reminder of its values it represents and recognition of your commitment to serving our nation. On this important occasion, I'm pleased to join with your family, friends, and colleagues in saluting your accomplishments and wishing you success in all your future endeavors. Sincerely, Mark R. Warner. Well, we appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
And I'd just like to say I'm truly humbled and honored, and I just want to personally thank the Board of Supervisors, Craig Horn, the school board, Melanie Hibbets, and of course Sherry and Angie for bringing it across the finish line. So this ceremony and this groundbreaking wouldn't have been possible without all of their hard work. So thank you. Thank you.
Our third speaker for today will be Tyler Lester from Todd Pillen's office.
Well, good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here on behalf of Senator Todd Pillen. As a member of the Senate Finance and Senate Education and Health Committees, one of Senator Pillen's top priorities is providing the resources and opportunities necessary that allow our region's students to thrive and succeed, and working with federal and local partners to ensure that happens across all levels. He extends his thanks to the local leadership here in Buchanan County, our federal legislative delegation, and the Army Corps of Engineers for all the hard work and tough decisions that have had to be made along the way to get to this day. Much like your neighbors across the mountain in Dickinson County when Bridgeview High School was completed, this school here at Southern Gap will be the envy of Southwest Virginia, providing a state-of-the-art facility that our students deserve to learn in, experience, and prepare for their futures. As construction moves forward, Senator Pillen stands ready to assist in any way that he can. And third time's the charm. Go Eagles.
Our fourth speaker will be Colonel Jason Putman, Huntington District Office.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, friends, and family, thank you for being here, and really appreciate you guys inviting us to share this with you. I'm not sure there's a whole lot I can add to what was said earlier. This really is a special event. You did hear how we got here. Hey, Section 202 unfortunately came out of the 77 flood, maybe a sad event for a lot of the folks who either lived it, heard about it, saw it, felt it. But in some cases, good can come from that. And 202 is special, just like this part of the country. I tell my team, they're probably sick of me hearing it. I'm originally from Vermont. That's where I grew up. So this is not unlike where I grew up. Some of the challenges are the same. Some of the issues are the same. So it feels a little bit like home. And one of the unique things that we get to do at the core sometimes, it doesn't always work out this way, and sometimes it takes us time to get to that point, but we get to do things that do make a significant impact. Everything from dealing with disasters and seeing people on their worst day ever to events like this, where the event that led us to this may not have been great, but this one is. And as we have talked about, this focus is really about education for the children. And that makes such a difference for them and our communities and our nation down the road. So I don't know that you can do much better than doing something for the education of children. So I really feel privileged to be here. I'm really happy because the colors are the same as my alma mater, West Point, so it makes it easy for me. If it had been blue and gold like Navy, we might have had a problem. But no, congratulations on an achievement. And I will say, please join me in a round of applause for your federal, state, and local elected representatives that worked extremely hard through all of this to make sure that this got done. Their teams on a daily basis. And again, I don't know that I can say go Eagles because
Sure you can.
I guess I just did, right? But congratulations, good luck. Obviously, we still got some steps to go, but this is where you start. So thank you.
Next speaker will be Curtis Ellswick from Skanska.
I'm not sure who put me after the colonel. Good afternoon, everybody. What a significant day for Buchanan County. Being from here, I know how important this project is. I've been the project manager on this project for several years through planning, design, and now you can see construction. But there's been a lot of people involved and a lot of effort been put forth. And so we want to recognize some of those people today that's really been working behind the scenes. And I'll start with the expanded Skanska team. We have with us Tim Burge, who'll be our on-site inspector for the project. Jeff James, who's not with us today, who's been assisting in the project management responsibilities. And then we also have the team from Branch Builds, who's our design build contractor on the project. We have Mr. Mike Howdyshell here in the group on the stage. Mike is a senior project manager. It's been great to work with on this project. We also have some other representatives of the Branch Builds team scattered around. I can see some of them. Mr. Jason Hoyle, who's president of Branch Builds, is with us today. We have Burton Austin, project executive. Kathy Underwood, who I've known for many, many, many years, back in the back. A graduate of Grundy Senior High School, I believe, Mr. Doug Childress. We have business development, John Gardner. Senior Superintendent, Jimmy Kenyon, with the fancy hat. Travis Cooper, I'm not sure if he's with us today or not. He's not. Joe King, who'll be superintendent for Branch Builds. And then we also have our architects from VMDO Architects out of Charlottesville. They are being represented by Joe Celentano. And they have a slew of consultants and people that have been working on this project. I talk to them almost daily, but I'm going to recognize some of them today. Andres Pancheco, with us today. Brady Scott. Drew Fleming. I don't believe I've seen Kelly, but Kelly Callahan. And Randy Livermore. With well as James Atkins, who cannot be here today. We also have a local firm who's our civil engineer on the project with TerraTech, being represented by President Billy Campbell. I think Billy may be the one that's been involved in this project longer than me. On this team. And one other person in the back I see is Jessica Smeltzer with Envision. She's our furniture consultant. As you can imagine, a lot of planning goes around furniture. And quickly, and I'll be quiet, but there's a few other people I want to say special thanks to that put in tons of hours on this project. That would be Jack Compton, who's a school board member. Angie McClanahan, school board chair. We have Ben Street, legal counsel with Buchanan County Public Schools. And I think my new best friend is Sherry Fletcher, who we talk 3 or 4 times a day for the last year or so. So thank you all very much.
We have next Craig Stiltner representing the Board of Supervisors.
I'm going to tell you a story, Mike. I know you want it out, right? For those of you that don't know, Mike Rife is a diehard Jets fan. And he's sitting back here and he says, Craig, the one thing you missed, he said, we missed a golden opportunity to name that school right. We're thinking, he said, what else is at Southern Gap? I'm sitting here trying to think about what I'm going to say now. I'm not worried about what else is here, And he said, think about it, the Jets. He said, and it goes synonymous with the airport, right? So anyway, but only Mike would be trying to figure out a way to get his New York Jets pushed into Buchanan County, right? We love you, Mike. But look around. I've been involved in Buchanan County for a long time between coaching and politics. I see a lot of friends, and I'm a very emotional guy. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I swear, I look around, I see this thing, and I'm telling you, finally see it come to pass. My daughter was in like the 8th grade when this thing first started happening. And Craig Horn, the county administrator, and I, we talked about how our daughters was going to get to play basketball together at a new school and, at Southern Gap, and it just never did happen. And then we start talking about it again. It kind of phases out, and then, it starts getting a little snowball effect. And, finally we're ready to break ground. So I want to thank everybody. Everybody that's had a hand in on this. I know there have been a lot of people mentioned. There's had to be somebody we've missed. Between the Corps and the local and the state and the federal. So let's give these guys a hand one more time. Anybody, if you had a hand in on this, seriously, let's give them a hand to get this thing going. One thing I ask is that, I brought up the thing about coaching. I look back and see Coach Cooper and see several other coaches. Coach Compton back here sitting beside of me, and in coaching, the one thing that really makes a good team is unity. And for a team to click, you got to come together. What makes a community come together, is love. People can say what they want about Buchanan County. I've been around the world. I've been a lot of places, but I'm telling you, I always find my way right back here. I love Buchanan County, and I've said it for years. When it was Grundy High School, you cut me, I bleed blue and gold. If there's another team for Buchanan County playing that Grundy's not playing, you cut me, I bleed red and blue and white. I don't care, I bleed black and purple as long as it's Buchanan County. But today, you cut me, I bleed black and gold. I'm diehard Southern Gap Eagles. I'm all about it, and I want you to bring that pride that you brought from Hurley, that you had at Hurley, that you had at Twin Valley, that we had at Grundy. Bring it to Southern Gap, and let's go out and let's kick some butt and take names now, okay? Good thing. Love you guys.
It's a little difficult to follow after all of those. I just want to say some closing remarks to all of you today, that this day is not just about the groundbreaking. It's about building dreams, fostering opportunities, and laying the foundation for a brighter future for our kids. Southern Gap High School will not only be a place of academic excellence, but it will be a place for our kids to be creative, to be innovative, and to explore new passions and talents, and to grow as leaders of tomorrow. And I want to take a moment to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of so many individuals that's made this day possible. Thank you for your commitment to our students. To the teachers and staff, thank you for your unwavering dedication to our students. It inspires us all. To the parents and community members, your support and involvement is invaluable, and we're deeply grateful for the trust that you place in us. So as we look forward to the future, this new school, Southern Gap High School, will be equipped with the state-of-the-art facilities, innovative technology, and flexible learning spaces that can meet all the diverse learning needs of all of our children. But our goal is to nurture not only the academics, but a sense of community. As Craig said, we have to be committed to ensuring that this school will reflect the diversity and to get the communities together, and that so every child will have the opportunity to thrive. So as we break this ground today, let us also break barriers. Let us break the barriers of doubt, of fear, of the limitations that hold our students back. Let us build the bridge that will connect our students to their dreams, their future, and to each other. Together we have that power. We have the power to create an environment where every student will succeed and our community will flourish. This groundbreaking ceremony marks the beginning of a new era in the education for our community, and I am thrilled to see what the future holds. So let us celebrate this milestone, not just for the building that's going to be built on this site, but for the countless lives that's going to be transformed within its walls. Together we're building a legacy. We're building a legacy of hope and opportunity and success for generations to come. Thank you. So now, what we've all been waiting for, I'm going to ask all of our distinguished guests to pick up a shovel, and we'll secure it in the dirt. So, follow us down when the shovels are down here. Want the hard hat too? I forget about the hard hat. I told them I didn't want to wear a hard hat because I guess it's at my hand. And I said I don't look good in hats.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna get up and let you.
Okay, on the count of three, we'll toss that dirt. 1, 2, 3. I under construction. Please join us at the Visitor Center for Life Refreshment. Thank you.
Doing different like nails, hair, and learning all of like the great things about it.
I like learning about how important cybersecurity is, like to everything, just like with my video game passwords, like just going to the store, how everything's just out there in a way. Like, this is a very interesting class, and I love how and Popcorn Fridays.
What's your favorite part about pharmacy?
Robin. Doing impressions on some of my friends that take the same class.
Well, I love doing like anatomy and I don't know. I just like doing anatomy and stuff like that. It was fun.
My favorite part about the class is the fun activities and learn about law enforcement, and can't forget my favorite teacher, Brian.
What's your favorite part about carpentry class?
My favorite part is getting here and building basically anything you want, along with the people that are in here. It's like a supportive environment.
What's your favorite part about your class?
Probably just working on all these cars and being around a couple of my friends.
The drafting class, I like draw stuff and putting it out.
I like cooking because then you get to eat the food afterwards. So that's pretty cool.
My favorite part is the skills and getting to go to the nursing home. I like the more hands-on instead of just having to do bookwork all the time.
About they had greenhouse, I was like, okay, I'll take that. I did it for the love of plants from my great grandmother, who taught me how to take care of her garden and stuff.
I like it a lot because it's what I want to do. I learned a lot more. It's an excellent teacher. Deserves a raise if anybody's watching. Did a man a hell of a raise, but I don't know. I just like the way I learn a lot. You know what I mean? Kept going.
We are 6th grade from Council Elementary School.
We are family!
We are 5th grade at Council Elementary School.
We are family!
We are 4D class, Council Elementary.
We are family! are family.
Go to high school because the academic offers and the friendships I made. Okay.
Hurley High School because the staff members are amazing and the friendships last forever.
My favorite memory was when I got to spend my 8th grade year with Hannah.
At Hurley High School, all the teachers are very engaging, all the students are very friendly, all the staff make sure that you have a great day. Everyone, you can of course make class engaging, make it very fun and enjoyable. The friendships here will be forever and never forget it.
I like Hurley High School for the academics and the sports.
My favorite memory of high school is just hanging out with friends.
I love all the amazing staff here that teaches me every day.
My favorite memory at the high school so far is making memories with the softball team.
My favorite memory from high school is beating Tug Rally last year in football. Go Rebels.
My favorite part of Buchanan County High School is how all the teachers work and focus on every single student so hard to make sure everybody's successful in what they do in life.
My favorite part about Twin Valley High School is the family atmosphere and the sense of community.
My favorite thing about Twin Valley High School is the cafeteria staff and all the love and hard work that they put into preparing the meals, especially during National Breakfast Week.
My favorite thing about Twin Valley High School is all the extracurricular activities. I participate in volleyball, basketball, track, theater, and yearbook.
My favorite thing about Twin Valley is participating in labs and group projects.
My favorite thing about Twin Valley High School is the gym class and all the activities that come along with it.
Hi, my name is Wani. I'm in the 4th grade. I love coming to school because my teachers make it fun to learn, and I love all my teachers. All the guidance counselors here are great.
My name is Ella and I'm in the 4th grade. I love all the teachers here because they help us learn, and my school is amazing. Everyone here works hard and is great.
Hi, my name is Gracie and I'm in the 4th grade. I like coming to school to see my teachers and my friends. Everyone in our building is kind and helps us when we need something.
Hello, my name is Grayson Rice. I am a 3rd grade student at Riverview Elementary Middle School. What I like most about our school is that it is fun and exciting place to learn. I like being with my friends. I really like my teachers. They help me learn new things.
My name is Warner Robertson. I am a 3rd grade student at Riverview Elementary Middle School. I love my school. I love it because my teachers are the best. My school makes learning fun for me and my friends. My school also plans fun things for me and my friends to do.
Hi, my name is Josie McCoy and I'm in the 5th grade at Riverview Elementary Middle School. At Riverview Elementary Middle School, the faculty and staff are supportive and encouraging. They work hard for their students to be successful. You'll also find a friendly atmosphere where students get along and is a safe environment for learning. Riverview Elementary Middle School gives students many opportunities to be involved in activities during and after school. From athletics to academics, after-school programs provide a place where students can succeed outside the classroom. Riverview is home.
Hi, my name is Kate Church. I'm 12 years old and I'm in the 6th grade at Riverview Elementary Middle School. Some reasons why I like my school are that the staff and students are very nice. I have a lot of great friends. I play baseball, football, basketball, and I'm on the academic team, the Lego robotics team, and the robot drone league team.
My name is Virginia Van Dyke. I'm 12 years old and I'm in 6th grade at Riverview Elementary Middle School. I participated in our school's robot drone league and I'm a part of the academics team. And some of the things that I like about school is having all of the teachers here to help you whenever you need it, and having so many different after-school activities to participate in, and being able to just interact with so many different people.
Hi, my name is Tinley Stiltner. I'm in 7th grade. The best thing about Riverview is our people. We have wonderful students, teachers, administration, and support staff.
My name is Carter Deal, and I'm in 7th grade. Riverview is a school that cares deeply about students' well-being, academic success, and personal growth.
Underwood, I'm an 8th grader here at Riverview, and what I love most about Riverview is the faculty and staff.
My name is Remington Stacy. I'm in 8th grade, and some of the things I like about the school is the teachers. They're all very friendly and they're outgoing. The principals are great. And I really enjoy being able to come hang out with friends and just get through the school day and just have a good time. I've always kind of enjoyed school, but this year it's really been great because all the teachers have been very friendly and all the staff and everybody. It's really a great school for kids to come to.
These are the things I like about school: math, art, and library.
I like recess and when we have fun math coloring pages and when we have Christmas and Valentine's Day parties.
My favorite thing about school is coming and seeing my teachers and doing math.
What I love about my school is I love learning new things and getting to play outside with my friends, and the teachers always help me when I need help.
The thing I like about school is classwork, activities, science projects, recess, and loving on my teacher. The thing I like about school is having friends, and I like going to PE, and I like ballet reading. My favorite things are library, music class, friends, and my teacher. My favorite things to do at school is to do math and play outside. My favorite things at school is to play with my friends and to play outside, and I like doing art. About Riverview is we get to play on the playground. My favorite thing about school is math. I like learning new stuff and learning new numbers. My favorite thing about school is seeing my friends.
My name is Olivia Lee. I love Riverview because the teachers are incredibly kind and learning there is a blast.
Do I have a motion to come out of closed session?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Tommy?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
And Jack?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Do I have a motion to certify?
Make a motion to certify.
Have a second?
Second.
Tommy?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Next we have the minutes from our July 30th meeting. Everybody have a chance to look over those. We have a motion to approve them.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Okay, Tommy?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Mike?
Abstain.
David?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Discussion and approval of payables. Ms. Tester? We have the money? Okay.
Motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none. Tommy?
With the exception of Southern Gap.
Okay. Ray?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Mike? Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And I'm a yes.
Did we have any carryover funds that we had to add to the budget?
No, not yet, because we have to go back to the Board of Supervisors.
We don't know how much that amount is
We have to go to a public hearing.
for them. I got you. I understand. Okay. Okay. Yes.
Okay, 7.01, bus route to Bevins and Russell Prater. Last time we had we voted to change it back, and that was with the consideration of Mr. Ward, our transportation director, looking over everything. So as it stands right now, it's on the way it was last year, based on our last meeting. So do we?
I'll make a motion to go with our transportation director's advice.
Do we have a second for discussion?
Okay, so can you clarify what your advice is?
Yes, due to Jay and Bevins and Russell Prater being tore down, Sunsafe put the buses in there. So I looked at this and tried to find meeting spots to continue to transfer students from bus to bus. I've not been able, in my opinion, to find safely to put buses in students. I know this location was spoken about. I looked at this option too, and if we did it here, you're gonna have bus routes starting probably 30 minutes earlier. to make times work to have students to get back across mountains for breakfast reasons and for trade school runs, things like that. So the proposal is that we will not transport students from one bus zone or area to another. So any students riding a Grundy Riverview bus on Slate Creek would, or the Prater area, would not be allowed to transfer to a bus going to Council or to Hurley or to Twin Valley. And as well, the Twin Valley run coming up Slate Creek would end, and the Twin Valley bus would come across Hell Creek to the mouth of Hell Creek to pick up Twin Valley students there.
So your advice is basically back to what you originally presented to the board that was passed originally?
Yes, but in the packet, I've got locations for pickup and drop off. Twin Valley then to mouth of Hell Creek, there's a gravel lot just down from there. Hurley being between the top of Rock House and the top of Elkins Branch, and then up in Knox. The bus currently turns there at Johns Branch, and then at Prater, the council bus would be back at Prater Zip In like it was years ago, and council parents would bring their kids to there. There were some questions about kids coming from off of Crane's Nest to meet buses. I've spoken with those parents and the drivers, and we have found a couple spots for them to be able to meet the bus there to be picked up if they choose to come to Grundy or Riverview as well.
Okay.
Did you go look at that site?
Yes, I did go look at it. There are two mailboxes almost dead center of that parking lot that I just don't see how, with that many vehicles or buses pulling in there, it'd be safe to do that without possibly causing damage to that property.
And this site, not only is it asking kids to be earlier, but that's also having to hold somewhere on properties because we don't have staff on duty. Is that correct?
Yes.
That was the problem with being here because
typically in our bus exchange locations, it's just the drivers there. You know, we don't have staff on site.
Wouldn't that gonna be putting kids getting at Grundy High School at 7:10?
If we came down to this location, you could possibly have kids at Grundy High School at 7:10. We can't unload buses till 7:30 because we don't have staff on duty at our schools until 7:30.
I was hoping this was going to be our answer and that we could keep it the way that it was.
Every way I could to try to make this work. You're looking at, you know, if you're coming off the mountain, coming down, bus and student that wants to go to Hurley, down to here, to get on the bus and go right back up Slate Creek to go back across the mountain. It's a lot of moving parts, and one thing that, you know, if one school dismisses early, parents are having to already pick up parent, and if the bus is late due to various reasons, we've had some buses in this Bevins location that sat and waited 30-35 minutes for another bus to get there due to things out of our control. So you have students who are on the route or on the bus in the zone they live that are waiting for other students to be transported from other directions.
But that happens now, and that's kind of rare, right? I mean, I know there's other moving parts, but yeah.
I mean, it's not an everyday thing, but it does happen more often than I would like for.
And around how many kids is this impacting?
As far as students riding the bus,
The ones that we're disrupting.
I mean, if one's riding a bus to another bus, you're looking at about 20 kids. As far as parents that bring them to Jan Bevins now, total that ride buses across to Hurley, you're looking at about 50 kids.
Total
Total, that's,
parents in the buses.
yes, to Hurley. Twin Valley, you're looking about 10 kids going up Slate.
Well, I've stated my objections. I don't think it's fair, and we promised, and we done it. And I know why we done it was when Bevins, you know, closed, and that was something that we offered, and I think we need to follow through with it. But I'm one of 7, so.
Well, it's not fair. Those kids got to sit at
That is
Grundy
true.
at 7:10 for
Well,
20
we
minutes
don't
before
have
they
staff.
can get off the bus.
We could get a staff there.
Well, I
they
mean,
could get off the
idle
bus.
kids sitting on a bus is not a good thing
What about
anywhere.
Another concern I have heard is like if they're on the gravel lot, they're worried about because, and I've been at Bevins and I've seen it. Sometimes the kids is running everywhere, And at least in the beginning, can we have somebody up there like this first week or so of school to just make sure we've got some extra hands?
Yes, I can work and have somebody there, even myself included. I mean, I was planning on being at Rock House location to help there, but I can have other people to.
Well, yeah, Rock House too. I
help
mean,
with us.
You'll need them all directly.
and what about Russell Prater?
And if I may continue on that, typically what I do have somebody at Evans at the first of the year and asking parents to park in certain areas. As soon as no one's there, they let kids out of vehicles, let them go wherever. Kids going from bus to bus is not an issue. If parents pull in, drop the kids off and take off even before the kid gets on the bus. And it is a safety concern how we've been doing it on there. I've had concerns with kids as well.
You can probably testify to that, can't you, Mr. Fuller? I've seen it. It's. I guess they're like for work, and they just know. They know we're dependable, and we're going to be there.
Well, we've kind of been over backwards because what is the Virginia code on where bus stops should be? Are they house to house, or is there an area for a high school student has to be within 1.5 miles of the home?
The code states now that the closest that we have to put a bus to a house if they're under 10 years old is 1 mile, 1.5 miles high school.
So I think we're going above and beyond, because I follow them up Slate Creek and it's every house.
And yes, and there's also, when I was going to the conference, the last board meeting, I met with the transportation supervisor off the Eastern Shore, and I don't have the code number yet. He's supposed to be emailing me some information on it, that he had questions about stopping door to door, and he was explaining what was going on, and the State Department told him that was not a legal stop because the traffic lights and the amber lights could not be engaged far enough distance away from the stop to allow oncoming traffic time to stop for the bus. So if you're stopping within so many feet of each other, that the recommendation is to have a meeting location versus door-to-door stops. Which I'm not asking to make any of those changes on stops at the moment.
Okay, so we had a first and we had a second. Any more discussion? Tommy?
Pass.
Ray?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Mike? Mike? See you on there?
I'm sorry, can you hear me?
We can now.
I said yes.
And David?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
I'm a no. And it takes
No.
it back to you.
No.
Tommy. Okay.
Chairman, can you explain kind of what now, or are they just eliminating the Rock House stop?
Can you just get with the transportation director and
It's going to
let him
be
tell you?
it's going to be stops instead of everybody being at J and Bevins. It's going to be a stop at Rock House for parents to meet, and a stop at a place on Slate Creek for the parents to meet that's going to Twin Valley, and then it's going to be a place for parents to meet over Russell Prater area. So instead of having them at that school and all the buses forking out, they're kind of dividing it up. And there is specified spots. The kids can still go to those other schools. But it is causing a hardship for parents at work. They can't drive them. And like this family that's sitting here, another family, their kids may have to, a lot of kids may have to change schools. And, that's, to me, that's not fair. But okay, we'll move on. 7.02, let's get some good news, Miss Tester.
Yes, I've asked, Tommy, you asked last time about reading, and I
Miss
asked
Hibbett,
Tommy,
sorry.
and I asked Miss Hibbett and Miss Tester to come and explain the Virginia Literacy Act, their reading program, and some data they had for this year.
Well, no, what, no.
program.
What I was wanting to do, I mean, the report's fine, but what I was talking about,
wanted to present the report.
some way, these kids in the 3rd grade that can't read, if they get to the 3rd grade and they can't read, something's gotta be done. And I know we got all these reading programs and all that stuff, but I just think they gotta be pulled aside and taught to read.
And that's
what I'm
exactly
saying. I
what
want
we're
to talk
doing.
about SOL school.
No, this isn't SOS.
Yeah.
This is reading.
No, this is starting from the foundation.
This is K through 3.
So I'm Ruth Tester, and I'm the Division Reading Specialist.
And I'm Connie Hibbets. I'm a reading specialist and the dyslexia advisor for the county.
Connie and I have been working with all elementary schools to help students become proficient readers by 3rd grade. And we have seen a lot of improvement, and I'll share that with you later. But all of this came to be, and partly my job too, by the Virginia Literacy Act that was passed by Governor Youngkin to improve early literacy outcomes in Virginia. And this was due to learning loss from COVID, and it was due to the decline in reading proficiency levels across the state, not just Buchanan County, but across the nation. So everyone is experiencing these declines in reading. So that's where the Virginia Literacy Act came to be. And all of this is coming from the science of reading, and that is a comprehensive framework grounded in research-based evidence on how people learn to read and how to teach reading effectively. The brain's not wired to learn to read. It has, like speech is, kids learn naturally from listening. It has to be taught to them, and it has to be taught in a systematically and explicit form of instruction, and that's what we have been implementing throughout the schools. It also has to be evidence-based, and that's a requirement from the VLA. And we have to have professional training, and that includes our principals, our teachers, our specialists, and all that are involved, all the stakeholders. And we are involving parents in that also. We also have all this outlined in our division literacy plan with all the requirements and where we are moving forward this year.
Okay. And through the Virginia Literacy Act, we are required as a division to use highly quality instructional material that was approved by VDOE. Just so happened our core curriculum that we use presently, HMH, was approved with some revisions, and the revisions were made in the foundational skills, which we see a lot of our 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, even through high school students lacking in, is those foundational skills. So we are looking at how can we bridge that gap, because we know we still have kids in these upper grades that are still not proficient readers. So our HMH we're using as core during core reading time. That is the only thing that our teachers are allowed or to use. They can't be pulling in things from teacher paid teachers anymore. We have to have that consistency. So they will be using our core HMH. Supplemental materials that was approved, UFly, which it's a K2 foundational reading skills program, and we actually started implementing it last year before we really had to, but we wanted to kind of get a little bit ahead so that we wouldn't have all these new things to try to come together this year. And we saw great success with that. Ruth's going to kind of share that a little later. We also had for intervention, we had the Lexia Core 5 and the Ignite for our grades 3 through 8. And that was approved programs that the state provided. And the Ignite was the actual one where our students was assigned a personal one-on-one reading tutor that they would log on to every day with this person. It was the same person, and they got to practice whatever foundational skills or reading skills that they were lacking. Our students loved that. That was a very, very, very successful program. This year, to kind of try to bridge some of that gap in our grades 3 through 5, we will be implementing SIPS, which is a new program, but it will gear more toward our 3 through 5 that are still lacking in those foundational reading skills. along with all of these programs, the VDOE recognized that we need some type of screener. We need to monitor this and see how it's going. So they've come up with a new screener. It's called VALS, Virginia Language and Learning Screening System, and it's for K through 3. All of our students will take this screener 3 times a year, and it is so important, and they see the need that we still have students in K through 8 that are struggling with reading. Possibly by the next year, we will be doing this screening with all of our students so that we can pinpoint the actual need. It's broken down into more data so that our teachers can look at it and say, you know, this student is, their need is in this area. So we need to pinpoint and start working on that area. So it gives us that more data to go from. And once they're identified, Ruth's going to explain what we're going to do then.
Any student identified on the VALS screener as high risk for reading difficulties has to have an intervention reading plan. And they also have to have the 2.5 additional hours of intervention. So Connie and I will be coordinating all those reading plans with the teachers, with the principals, and with all that are involved in teaching that child to read.
You said 2.5 hour intervention. You're talking about the
A week.
A week.
A week.
And the teacher takes this kid aside and works with him.
We'll have to.
Or he or she.
Intervention.
Right?
Yes,
That's all I was wondering.
In small groups, targeting specific needs that they're lacking. We don't want to teach them what they already know, but we're going to target what they don't know.
Because, you know, used to, maybe it's old fashioned, but, you know, you was brought to the desk and you read to a teacher, you know.
And that's, yes.
All these programs, they may be the best thing in the world. But I
But they
think,
can't take the place of an
Right.
actual teacher. And we know that. And all of these programs that we've been putting into place are teacher directed.
Okay.
We're cutting the fluff and we're teaching what's important.
and you said it's 2.5 hours a week.
A week for anybody identified.
That's additional beyond their regular reading block time. That's additional
Oh,
time
okay,
that they will be
okay.
spending with an interventionist, whether it be the teacher or the Title I teacher or a tutor. They will receive that additional instruction.
And they're getting 100 minutes a day of reading daily already. And then with this extra time.
Where are we getting the time at?
And it's
Yeah.
required.
That's the tough part.
Yeah.
They're going to be flexible
Across the
grouping where that they pull these students according to their need in their tier
You could take
groups.
them out of some of those computer classes that they teach the same place from kindergarten to 12th grade.
We're not taking them out of history and
just put a
science.
different
No.
name to these
No,
computers.
No, you can't. because
Yeah, but they've been
required.
taking them out of classes for a long time, 30 years.
Oh,
Now, I
yeah,
do know
that's-
at one time,
Yeah.
they would take them like out of science or social studies, and they need to know that because our science scores show
Yes,
that.
we
Okay?
can't,
You can't.
Right.
make the scores go down for.
Yeah,
Okay.
but like K2 this year, they have a reading language arts block, and they are to integrate science and social studies in that, and that's one of the research things too. It shows that if you kind of cross-curricular, you know, the reading, it helps become a more proficient reader because they're exposed to science and social studies topics in reading. And, you know, it all makes sense because it's reading. No matter what they're reading, it's reading. But they're also gaining the knowledge they need for their science and social studies.
Yeah, if you can't read, you can't read
No.
science or history.
No.
So can you all come back in October and give us an update on how the school started off, how you've been able to identify these kids? How many kids you're working with?
When do you all do an evaluation?
That's what I was going to say. The VALS window opens in September, but I'm not
So
for
how
sure.
about the November meeting? Can you do November?
That might be better.
Okay.
Might be better, yes.
Okay, so let's,
And
can
You
you
have
do
some
November?
feedback by
Yes.
then, won't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
feedback for you now.
From
I mean,
last year.
based on what we
Well,
did.
no, let's
Yeah.
see what you got.
You got,
and let's-
from just what
She's
you
got
done
that.
last year,
Let's
you
do
have
hints
feedback?
forward.
What is
What
that?
what strategies we've implemented and where students are that were identified and how they are decreasing.
Recent gains, yeah.
Okay.
Lots of
Great.
Well, that's the whole idea. I mean,
You
we're a
save
board of
one, you done
education.
well.
Yes.
And, you know, it's a requirement now. It's not, hey, we will do this and we'll do that. Like we were saying, the 2.5 hours, you know,
We have
that
to
came down from
document.
DOE. It's required that, and every K-8 teacher has to have training and there are specific modules that we have to present to them, and it's required by the end of 2024-25 school year.
So even our 3rd and 4th grade students who are identified and were identified, we're not forgetting about them. We're continuing with our strategies to bring them up to reading proficiency.
Thank you, ladies.
I'm proud to say, and I'm proud of our teachers, because last year some of this training come around 2020, and we knew kind of what was coming. So I'm proud to say that our teachers got on board with training. They didn't say, no, I'm not doing this training, I don't see the need of this. And actually, I think Buchanan County is ahead in the game because of this, because 73% of our K-3 teachers have already received the letters or Gillingham training, which was required by the Department of Ed. And this year, like Sherry said, they are requiring all K-8 teachers, all content areas, science, social studies, math, whatever, to be trained in this research-based learning, so that, like I said, you can have your science teachers, your math teachers, social studies teachers helping kids become proficient.
And we already have 73% of ours
Yes.
done that.
So
Good
we're
job,
every
ladies.
time we go to
Yes.
meetings and Ruth and I present, they're like, wow, your county is really not like, yes,
Yes.
we have great teachers they know the need, they see the need, so they're willing to help.
You got some quick stats for us, Ruth, from last year?
If I can see them to read them, yes.
Okay, and click.
Well, last year with all these implementations, using UFly, which is based from the University of Florida, it's a foundations program, it's teacher directed, it's no computer program, it cuts all the fluff, and they teach reading. So this is the percent of identified as high risk for reading difficulties in the spring of 2023 to the spring of 2024. And you can see those are percentages, and they're going down.
Good job. Yeah.
And this is by grade for school. There are your kindergarten from each school, the ones who are identified. There's 1st grade, and then there's 2nd grade. So we know where the need is, and that's where we spend most of our time.
Yeah, good deal.
Can you back up one more? Okay, so council, I got 42%, but 42%, what's the top number? What's the units? How many units? 100 kids, or 42 kids out of 100?
No, that's a percentage. We're going to get to the number who.
Oh, you're getting to the, okay, well, I want to know the number.
Okay. And those, back here, those were the numbers identified in each. There's 13 kids you can see at council in kindergarten.
Those are your numbers?
Yes.
So 19 and 11 is 30, plus 6 is 36, and you had 42%. I got you. Okay, and then, okay, right.
And this is the decreased percentage of identified students from each school. For example, council decreased their identified students by 12%, Hurley by 16%, 7% at Riverview, and 10% at Twin Valley.
Okay.
That was the number of students taken off of the identified list. And I thought that was a pretty big jump.
It is a big jump.
It is a big jump for 1 year. That we weren't even required to start yet. And the reason I want to explain about Hurley being at 16%, I was from Hurley, I was the principal, so I knew the teachers, I knew the relationships, I knew the students, and I knew that I could implement UFly and implement it with fidelity, so that the school K2 started implementing UFly. And that's where most of our gains come from. It was teacher directed. It wasn't a computer program, but our teachers were trained and they were implementing the science of reading with UFly and other strategies that we put into place.
Okay, so if you back up one slide, okay, and this is the units district-wide, right?
Yes.
Okay,
We have 117 students identified right now in the county, but it was almost over, it was almost 200 to start with
Right.
at the end of last year.
So almost 30 at Hurley,
Yes. So I have a graph.
41 at Riverview. And then there again, Riverview's got 800 kids. Oh, wait. This is only kindergarten, first and second.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's only those who are
Bless you.
identified. Yes.
Okay,
This is where we stand right now, starting this year.
right. I'm just trying to figure out, with those 3 grades, how many you tested? How many total kids? What was that? 180 per grade? About?
I think there were,
Let's round down, and it's not 150, but you're talking 450 kids, and this is the amount that, of those 450, this is what you've identified?
yes, at high risk.
So it's probably more like 500. Okay, I got you. Okay. Okay.
And I will say, being out in all 4 schools, last year, I taught kindergarten 15 years of my 37 years. And being out in the schools last year and visiting kindergarten classrooms, it was really, it just boosted our morale even more, because last year was the first year in several years I actually saw kindergarten kids reading fluently. I mean, they were reading, not still just trying to code, they were reading fluently. So in a few years, we hope by 3rd grade, when they enter 3rd grade, they can be proficient readers.
And we're excited to see where our kids are going to be this year, based on what they achieved last year. So those kids moving from kindergarten into 1st grade, which we know is the most important year, what they can do and how our teachers are going to feel about that. So we do have some happy teachers right now. So the last graph is from Hurley, and this was each teacher in K2 and the decrease of students that were identified. For example, Sandy went from 60 down to 13 students. So that was each teacher that we took data on. All of them decreased, and we were really proud of the numbers that came off the identified list.
And actually, starting out in 3rd grade this year, countywide, I don't know per school, but countywide, we only have 43 3rd grade students that qualify for that 2.5 hours extra. And usually we have 100 lots.
So we hope to bring back better results in November.
You're in the right direction.
Definitely in the right direction.
And SOL data, we should have next board meeting, because the final reports will come out from the State Department by the end of this month. And we have some good news there too, but we'll wait till we get our final reports.
Okay. Resignations and retirements. I can't get my computer to work again. So we have Betty O'Quinn, Kathleen Rowe, and Kayla Cantrell as just for base. Yeah.
Make
Do
a
we-
motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
And then we have our retirements, which is Rhonda Ray, Jeannie Long, Connie Cooper, and Linda Yates. So now, do you want to make a motion on that?
Motion.
And Mike?
Second.
Okay. I want to thank them all for their service. Any more discussion? Tommy?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Principal designees?
Substitutes, volunteers,
Oh,
coaches is what you
we're
want
used
to
to doing it all in one. My computer's still not working. So has everybody looked over the coaching list and who was added? I think they were in red. We have a motion to accept those.
Yes. Make a motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Tommy,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Brian,
Yes.
and I'm a yes. Now, principal designees. We have Marsha White and Peggy Lowe for the Technology Center, David Owens, Amelia Ward, Stephanie Yates, Jill Yates for Riverview, Chris Wilford, B.D. Robertson for Hurley High, Katie Daniels, Angie Wilford for Hurley Elementary, Todd Owens, Alice Krieger, Ginger Sparks, and Stephanie Stiltner for Twin Valley Elementary Middle, Marsha Presley, Rita Breeding for Council Elementary, and Amanda Dorton, Danny Sifford, and the guidance counselor for Council High School. We had the other schools last meeting, right? Yeah. You make a motion, Mike?
I did.
Second.
Any discussion? Tommy?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Superintendent designee, Ms. Tester, Pam Tester. Do we have a motion?
I make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Tommy?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Food safety and sanitation system.
That's for chemicals, and it's part of a co-op. And she received the bid. This was the only bid that they had.
Only bid that we had.
Well, it's approved through their co-op for nutrition. So,
Okay. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Tommy?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Our Elgin's Children's Ministry.
that's for, excuse me, transportation. You know, we provide buses and they pay.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
Second.
Any discussion? Tommy?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. We have a memorandum of understanding with U-Pike. It's kind of, go ahead.
Yes, our teachers was in a program through UPIC last year, and we had several that received their master's degree, and we've had MOUs with UPIC before, I think, with teachers also. And I was contacted by UPIC to look at having an MOU for our students, because if the students, that's juniors or seniors, will receive at least 5 credit hours and a B in the class, they would automatically receive an annual $3,500 scholarship for up to 4 years if they choose to attend UPIC University. So
I'll make a motion to approve that MOU with UPIC. Second.
Any discussion? It sounds like that's a great program.
It
And
is,
it's kind of like our Southwest, a little bit, but they're getting a scholarship with it.
Now, Ms. Taylor and I are looking to make sure that it is approved through the Virginia Department of Education.
Okay.
And if it is, we ask for this for our kids. It's a great opportunity.
Do we need to amend our motion pending that? Yeah, he says yeah.
Sure. Second.
Okay. Tommy?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
I'm a yes. Munich agreement to reimburse meals.
Motion.
Second.
Yes.
Any
Second.
discussion? Tommy?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
I'm a yes. Our organizational chart.
Yes, I just,
Has everybody had a chance to look at that, or you want to read it off?
Motion to accept.
Got a second?
Second.
Tommy?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
I'm a yes. Lights at Twin Valley Elementary and Hurley High.
the board had approved up to $30,000 for these lights at the last meeting. And the price is a little beyond that. For Twin Valley, it's $37,245. And for Hurley High School, it's $32,918.
I'll make a
Just
motion
for
to
the
approve
lights.
the additional funding.
Are we gonna use
We
these
don't want
with
the poles
elementary
put up.
schools?
That's what AEP, that's the bid that he got to AEP, that's what he asked. So Adam had sent them to me, and,
You
They
don't
can't
want 'em?
replace the ones we
Van
got.
Sant Ballpark, they used headlights, didn't they, back in the day, Tom?
That's what I'm wondering, are we gonna use these after the schools consolidate? Cause
and I don't know, because, Grundy High
Yeah,
was
elementary.
18.
On Saturday, won't happen none. Twin Valley Elementary doesn't use them, probably.
Okay. So we're gonna vote for the increase.
Got a motion.
Got a
Second,
motion,
she
got a
made the
second?
motion.
Second.
Well,
Wait a
y'all
minute,
can vote it
what's the
down.
motion?
Approve it. Approve the
Additional
additional
The
funding.
additional funding.
Who was the second?
Brian.
Brian.
But if you don't want it, vote it down.
Well, we need it. Can't play.
Well, you know, we still got to play 2
20
seasons
years.
there. And I think, you know, you don't want to be faced with changing games to Saturday during the day. And we did the same thing already at Grundy High School, so I
And
think we need to do it at
And
Twin
after
Valley.
2
or
years, the Little League's gonna use it.
Little
or
Leagues
the-
still use
That's
it.
what I was asking.
Yeah.
That's what I would think. You still want it for your community. You know, it's an investment in the community,
All right,
and it's an investment in the kids.
right.
Any more discussion? Tommy?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And I'm a yes.
Angie, before
Yes.
we go on, could I mention one other thing? I talked to Sherry today about the bathrooms out on the Hurley football field, and she's gonna have Adam to look into that. And the track over there, something's gonna have to be done fit sooner or later. But the one thing I wanted to make a motion for was each school has to pay so much per sport, so much for every kid that plays a sport, insurance to the Virginia High School League. I got Greg to look it up. Hurley's was probably going to be $1,700 this year. Grundy's is going to be more. They got more kids participating. Now, as far as Twin Valley and Cancel, you know, theirs probably going to be about like ours. So I want to make a motion that the school board pays their insurance to the Virginia High School League. At one time, they used to do this, and Joyce talked them into quitting that years ago, and it was going to be brought back to next year, but it was never brought back, so.
So instead of the athletic department's paying it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And I don't even know, really, to be honest, I don't even know how some of these sports departments pay for every sport and all
Okay,
this
I'll
stuff.
second the motion.
Any more discussion? Tommy?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
I'm a yes. Did we have anything else that come out of closed session?
Well, I think she's got some hires, don't you?
Do you want me to do those first?
First,
Okay.
sure. Bless you.
Okay, and the hires, the first one is to ratify Ashley Stump as a teacher,
Okay. What else you got?
paraprofessional at Riverview Elementary Middle, Patricia Stacy,
Okay.
and 2 bus drivers, Tommy Krieger and Dusty Payne.
For contracts.
For contracts, yes, sir. We
Okay.
had 2 to retire.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Tommy?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
I'm a yes.
I'll make a motion to approve Travis Blankenship at Twin Valley for an experience credit of up to 2 years.
Second.
Any discussion? Tommy?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
I'm a yes.
Did Jack vote?
Yes.
I missed you. Okay. I didn't hear it. I'll make a motion to approve Crystal Atkins, experience credit up to 2 years, depending on her external experience as verified by the Human Resources Department.
Second.
Any more discussion? Tommy?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And I'm a yes.
I make a motion to approve Marshall Whited to a 12-month contract at the 22nd step.
Second.
Any discussion? Tommy?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Set the date, time, and meeting for our next September meeting.
Seventeenth work?
Works for me.
Yeah, works for me.
What day did he say?
Tuesday the
Seven.
17th,
Is that okay?
Can you do Tuesdays,
Yeah, that
Mike?
works for me.
Okay.
5:30.
Yep.
Okay, do we have anything else? We'll adjourn the meeting. Thanks, Mike.